Yeah.
Hello, welcome to High Priestess High Club.
High
We've
Club.
got like two fire sign chicks trying to hype you up and deal with their own issues.
Right?
Like,
Hey, everybody, this is Mary,
and this is Julie.
and you are listening to the High Priestess Hype Club. I think that's an excellent tip, though, right?
It's going to be a few days late, but when it gets there, they will be pleased.
They will.
It's only a few days out, and they're a little kid, and they are over everything already. Or they're like me. Then I get something new 3 days later. Ooh.
See, that's kind of, I like that idea. I like that idea. See, my birthday's in December. It's December 10th. So, like, people try to combine. I'm like, no, it's far enough away.
It is far enough. That is weeks away.
Right. It's not like I'm on the 20th or 22nd. I'm on the 10th. So pony up for both.
That's right.
That's how I look at it. And then that's what happens is I get some gifts and then it's like, oh, I have more. So December is like a whole month.
That's amazing
For me. Yeah. See, I like the extended holiday idea.
And I like that you have boundaries around when the time cutoff is.
Yeah, because people think they can combine. You get very angry at people trying to combine because it's like they're trying to get out cheaper and you're like, no. Because if my birthday was in June, you'd have a separate time when you bought a gift.
Well, right. It's like, look, I mean, am I giving you all your gifts for the year this to tomorrow too?
Right. No.
Or since your birthday's in June, do you get extras?
No, don't take the easy road, folks.
No. And also I'm a little bit of like a birthday hoe though. So
I'm the same.
and I'm like, I make big deals of birthdays for like everybody that I can.
What are their signs? The boys?
So I have an unimpressed Aquarius and I have a birthday positive Cancer.
Yes, Cancers do love their birthdays. Aquarians question them all. They're like, all right, well, that was cute. Yeah. Cancers are like, it's summer. It's about me. Yay.
I know that's 1,000%. He's like, yeah.
A person I was dating for a while whose birthday was in July used to say that whole month of July was for him because it was July 4th and the fireworks are all for him. They just did it early.
All for me.
Yeah, exactly. So now with your little one, you can say like, this is all for you.
It's all for you.
Right.
We're just going to set those bad expectations like mommy has for birthday months.
That's right. Birthday month. I mean, the whole month. Seriously.
I do have a friend who's like, it's my birthday month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I wish that I had the confidence to declare it a birthday month. And I'm a double fire sign, like, but I'm not that far. I'm impressed. Oh, speaking of, because this is a High Priestess Hype Club stuff, every once in a while, I completely scroll through all my like Zodiac boyfriend posts again because I love him so much.
It's hysterical.
And one of them was like, it's like the people always think you're this, but you're really this fire signs. It's like people think you're like just angry and like full of rage, but really you just want to hype everybody up and let them know you care. And I was like, yeah, we do.
It's true. It's true. But man, we get mad, you know it. Oof.
It's true.
Yeah.
I embarrassingly cry though when I'm mad.
I do it afterwards.
I wish I could hold it back.
And then I go out to my car. I'm like, it's like you can let go. Yeah. I don't know what that says about me that I can hold it until
I think it says that people probably don't F with you as much as they would with me.
Is that an unhealthy coping skill? Probably, but it seems to work right now. So,
I think it just depends how far it goes. Are we really calling names and throwing punches, or are we just expressing our feelings in an accurate and clear manner?
Yes, that is. Now, even just saying that, see how different that sounds like. That's so
I have a degree in communication. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, part of this is laughter is definitely helpful over the holidays, trying to keep peace over the holidays. You got to try to find, the things to laugh at.
That's the truth, because it can get grim.
Well, I think, you know what? We put so much pressure, the Hallmark movies, the card, because you've locked everybody in a place together for hours. Yeah. So we don't know. We're not laughing at that. It's like, this is obvious. So what do we need to do? And I think for me, it's like, we can't change other people. That's one of the things I hope so and so doesn't act like such and such. And of course, so and so shows up and acts like such and such because that's just what they do. They're
'Cause
not
that's
aware.
right. That's who they are.
That's who they are. So the only way we can fix this is if we do something different.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point.
Because we do. We're like, they're not going to act like this. And it's like, well, why wouldn't they? That's who they are.
Well, yeah.
You know?
And I know that I have had to become like more aware of that as I've gotten older because I would do the same thing. I'd be like, why are they acting like this? Oh my God, they're driving me nuts. And it's like, I'm sure I drive them nuts in my own way.
Mhm.
Just be prepared that this is going to happen. How are you going to deal with that?
Right.
Like, so
Yes.
that you don't go cry in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's good time to clean off the table at that point. It's like
Mhm.
I got the dishes. It's
I
fine.
got it. Anybody
Yeah.
want coffee?
Right.
Right.
Right. Seriously. It's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna break that energy right now. I'm not even dealing with this anymore.
That's a really good skill to have and bring. Like,
Yeah.
you can excuse yourself, you can change the activity, you can do, even if it's just for you in a benign way. Like,
I've
yeah,
done that. I mean, I'm not trying to, but I've been like, you know what? I've got to go to the bathroom. I'm out for a
that's a good
minute.
call, dude.
I'm out for a minute. I'll be right back. Especially if we're getting into a topic that I don't want to discuss. I don't know if
Mhm.
you've ever had that at your family holiday tables.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone brings up something that you're like, don't you that no, that's not gonna go well. And then I'm like, oh, excuse me for a minute. I'm just gonna run to the ladies.
Mhm.
And then I'm out for a couple of minutes. And it's like, if they're still talking about they're already engaged in that conversation, I don't need to jump in.
Probably not gonna pull you in.
No.
So,
See?
and
So
that's smart.
that was one of mine. Let me go to the happy land of the bathroom where potpourri smells,
Just
whatever it is.
relax me. Just put
Relax me for a
put
minute.
like a giant thing of like lavender in here and I'm just like snorting it to make myself feel better.
What are you
It's
doing
like
in there? Nothing.
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 Let me just set up this diffuser.
Right. Hold on. I'm leaving you a gift.
It'll be so lovely. Everybody calm down.
Yeah. I'm telling you. It really is. So that's one thing. Remember, you can't change people. What about you, Jules?
So planning this year to make like a simmer pot to have going. So the house smells nice, but also I can like bring in some different energy. I was gonna do some lemon and salt and star anise for like protection kind of vibe, some bay for that and health too. I've been doing some more research and apparently rosemary helps with mental wellness. And I was like, let's pump that through here. Does everybody want to have positive mental state?
Rosemary for everyone.
Rosemary for everybody. Some allspice and vanilla and cloves for like peace and happiness. And I read somewhere, was it Madame Pamita's book, I think,
Oh,
that
yeah.
clove can work for ending gossip. So if you know some of that might go, if you have highly gossipy people, you could probably modify that a little bit. So like, I don't really want that going down too much at my house.
No. And people don't realize smells definitely are so hypnotic. So if you're, family smelling those, their body's just going to react. They don't necessarily have to know that rosemary is for mental clarity or for mental wellness. So like if they're smelling it, their body's just going to react.
Yeah. And if you've put that energy in there too, if you're kind of magically inclined that way or energy worky that way, that'll help put that intention out there on top of that. And so you're doing lots of layers of work there when you're just also making your house smell nice.
Yes. So how do you do the simmer pot?
So for mine, I'm like real low tech. I try to keep everything pretty chill and also where like my cats and children can't get into it too much. So I just have like a little Dutch oven, like my smallest one that I usually use. And I put that on a back burner on the stove and I cut up my ingredients. And as I put each one in, I'm kind of thinking like, okay, so I cut up like the lemon and put it in. I think what little quality does that have that I want to bring and put that in and just each one. And you can take as much or as little time as you want with each thing, right? So I put each ingredient in and I like it to look kind of cute. So I try to slice it so it makes me like feel aesthetic, even though I'm far from most of the time in my daily life. So I put all that in and then I stir it. If I'm trying to bring something in, I go clockwise. If I'm trying to go banish things, I go counterclockwise. Just for a little extra boom as I'm thinking about it. And I bring it all up to a boil. And then once it's a boil, I turn it down to a simmer because you don't want that to burn down to nothing while you're having dinner. And then you have a different issue.
That would be bad. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I also, my kettle is near my stove. So I have an electric kettle. So at every hour or so, I might add a little hot water to it and And I boil the water and then put it in, or at least make it kind of steamy so it doesn't take the temp all the way down.
Yeah.
So it keeps the smell going.
Yeah.
And I made one the other day and it lasted a good 5-6 hours and it was really nice. So, and it probably could have gone longer, but I was like, we have to go to bed. There's the sciencey part of me that's like, I want to time this. Like, let me start one, see how long it lasts, and then report back.
I love that though. I do. It's like, well, I know this will go for a few hours, so I can go folding laundry in the house somewhere or whatever.
Oh yeah, totally. You can also put a lid like half on it if you're worried about it burning down too fast or whatever, so it won't evaporate as quickly and it'll catch some of the condensation, but still let the smell out.
Yeah.
The energy flow.
Yeah. And then it can make a difference. I'm curious to hear what people have to say about it because, you know, smells, that's really can make a difference in someone's home. And it's no one even has to say anything. Oh, the house smells good. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yes. Take that all in. Take it in.
Take it, just soak it up.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 It's funny. Every year when we've had dinner with my family, if my niece is there, she'll lean over and she'll go, and I'm like, yeah, let's go get coffee. So we go out for a ride. And it's funny. Every time we go into the smells for like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, it's like, oh, I'm calm now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Emotional support coffee.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. It really is crazy. But it's that smell too, that kind
of course, it's that olfactory memory. You know how you feel when you're in that kind of place. And it's a nice place that she likes to go with you. And that's like safe and cozy. And you've got that association.
Right.
And that's really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then she'll go, you want to sit down for a little while? So we'll sit down, we'll chat for a little while, and then we'll come back with coffee for everybody because they're in the middle of talking and doing stuff with dessert. So it's our little escape time.
I love it.
It's fun to do too. Yeah.
And like that's going to be a cool tradition kind of thing that she remembers, right? Yeah. Like when you're young and that kind of stuff happens, it's like solidifying your cool aunt space.
That's what, you know what? I work at it every day. I do. Yeah. So but that's also something that can make things happy. You know, I think sometimes we overextend ourselves for the holidays.
I can do that and then I start getting cranky. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then I get mad that I overextended myself. So that's another thing, is just sometimes saying, you know, maybe we'll get together after the holiday, or maybe we can do a coffee instead of dinner. Like I think sometimes knowing our limits, especially around the holidays, because we can see folks, you know, sometimes at any time, like most of the time, you know, our neighbors, stuff like that. So if someone's in town, that's different for the holiday. But I always say, you know, if you can make a time where it's not so hectic, not so crowded, you're not waiting, you know, for a table somewhere for hours. Like, I mean, I know we're in a recession, but I still walk by restaurants that I see that are packed. So
well, and I think that's a great idea too, because I know that I have a tendency to try to jam too much in.
Way too much.
And like, I have to really like take into account, like, okay, is this something everybody actually wants to do, or is this something you think everybody should want to do? Right? Like, do we have to wait in line at the really long, crazy Christmas lights thing, or do we just want to kind of drive through the neighborhood and see, you know, what do you guys want to do? And do they want to do that at all? And if they don't, and I do, I can go get a coffee and do it myself.
Right.
But I don't want to, I have to watch like putting pressure on other people because of something that I think is fun, and then it's not fun anymore. Is that fire sign energy? I don't know, but
what?
am I working on am I trying to temper that a little bit as the only one here? Maybe.
But I think that's a really good point. Yeah, it's like it's those expectations. It's the holidays, we have to do this, and it's no, not necessarily.
Right. Yeah. Maybe we don't want to fight traffic and would rather like hang out here but like the traditional thing would be go to see the tree lit, but maybe you don't go do that, you know?
Right. Or you see it on TV. I mean, I'm not trying to take away things you should do. We've been locked up, but I also think, like I said, you know, like extending myself too much. It's, let's go to this tree lighting. Okay, now let's go to this, and let's go. Oh, there's lights at the zoo, and then let's go.
And look, I'm 100% coming from the same place, because if it was just me, I would go do all the things probably. But I have many more introverted people in this home than me who don't want to do that many things.
Right.
And we can do some of the things.
Yeah, of course.
And if you're a family who has the energy and resources to do all the things and you dig it,
Awesome.
I love that for you and wish I could do that
Yeah.
too.
And here being in the Northeast, it's cold. That's the other thing. It's cold. And so yeah, you can sometimes like bundle yourself up and get out there and do it, and that's fine too. But just remember it's cold.
Well, yeah,
So
you've got like snow life up there. It's
we
usually
do.
not, it's cold here now, but I cannot see it being anything like Massachusetts.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah, we're cold. We
yeah.
finally got hit with the cold. I went out today, I had my jacket in my hands and I was like, "Oh no, this has got to be on." That's where we are now.
We've hit that part of the year.
Yeah. Whereas like I'm not carrying my coat anymore. Now I'm wearing
Mhm.
it every second I can. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's the other thing is like just, it becomes like a chore and just not so special anymore. So,
Exactly. No,
yeah.
I agree. This year I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start my crafts early. It's October. I am busting it trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Busting it." And I'm like, "Are we gonna make it? Like, you have to remember to start doing this in like July. We're just gonna
What?
do our best."
This sounds so familiar. I remember I was up all night. I came up with the idea of doing a scarf from my mom a few years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. And I was like, well, it's December 22nd.
Please don't take it's just a rectangle.
It's just like,
Let's go.
so I'm up all night watching TV, counting, like just it was not, yeah, these are things you have to plan earlier, y'all.
Yeah.
That's because that stress was something.
I
That
bet,
was
dude, that's a
something.
lot.
Oh
Are those
yeah.
knitting hands or crocheting hands you're doing?
Crocheting
I
hands.
thought so.
Crocheting. Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
crocheting person as well.
Yes. I love to crochet. I mean, I absolutely love it, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not a fan. I know those people like, I'm
I'm
not
not
one of
that.
those.
Me
No.
either.
So I have to start things like that much earlier. And I learned that time that I did my mom's scarf and even fringe. I tied fringe in and all that.
Look at you.
Oh yeah. But that was an all night, like, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll block this later. I can't do it
I
right
know,
now.
right? Oh God, blocking. Like, do you get a blocked gift? You are
Yeah.
loved.
It's true. It's
You are
true. Yeah.
loved if your gift is blocked.
Yeah, it's true.
Be like, is this straight enough? Let me wiggle it around.
Right.
Here you
Oh, yeah.
go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pinning it down and stretching it. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I've done that.
impressed. Yeah, I
Yeah.
avoid projects that need blocking usually.
Can be stressful. Yeah. It can be stressful. Yeah. Yeah. You have to wash it a certain way and then you have to pin it down. And then, if it's a scarf, I had these cushion boards that people use at gyms.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I use is I lock them
That's
together and
smart.
then I have them all stretched out and
That's
pinned down.
great. They have to
Listen,
invest in some of those.
when I go in on it, Jules, I go in. I
I
go in.
love it, dude. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Whereas
So
I'm like, let's just make rectangles and kind of make them seem okay.
oh, that's
Like if the
fine.
edge is crazy, who cares? We're not doing granny squares. Nothing has to
No,
be symmetrical.
no, it sure doesn't. It sure
Like,
doesn't. I was self-taught. So
yeah,
that
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, my
yeah.
mom showed me some, and then I put it down for a long, long time, and then a few years ago I picked it up again, and the beginning was bad.
Yeah, you forget the stitching. That's what
Yeah,
happens to me. I'm like, wait, double crochet. Yeah, that's a whole thing. I actually taught myself on YouTube and then
YouTube's great.
yeah, I mean, which I know, sorry for teachers out there. I get it. YouTube can be a little, but that is how I started making a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
not, and then I took a class and that's how I
Nice,
learned how to block properly. And
nice.
yeah, but I have to say, it's talk about stress relief though. And the nice thing about that is you can bring crocheting anywhere,
Oh yeah,
anywhere. People
yeah.
don't like have a hard time with you crocheting near them. They don't, you
Mm-mm.
know, they're fine with it. So that's a nice stress reliever too.
Yeah,
Is
that's
doing a
awesome.
project. Yeah. Though I have to say I was doing one once where I was blending the color green and the color white for my mother. I was making her a scarf and she was sitting next to me. We are at the doctor's office and she goes, "Oh," she goes, "I gotta be honest with you. I don't like that." And I just started to pull it out.
Just
With
frog it
crochet,
right there.
yeah, I just started to pull it out. She goes, "Why? Why are you doing that?" I go, "Well, this was actually for you. So never mind." I said,
Glad
she's
I
like,
know now.
yeah, I'm like, she's like, "Oh, well, I like the green." So yeah, I started
Okay.
working on the green. Yeah. She didn't like the blending that I was doing. No, I don't like that.
Well, it's good to know now. instead of 20 hours later.
Right. You know, you've seen all that just go right out. You're like, oh my God.
Bye, friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can avoid that, no, but talk about a stress reliever because I can just get lost in it. That's how I get totally lost in it.
Oh yeah.
So it's nice because
It's nice to have that like escape,
mm-hmm.
and it's like a positive one.
Yeah.
Like as opposed to a problematic escape,
Yeah.
which there are many of.
Yeah. I got a few. I
mean, we all
But,
do.
yeah, I think we all do. I mean, we got the balance of both. I know that I'm a
Right.
sinner and a saint, and
That's right.
that's fine. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I started doing was if I live 10 minutes from a casino. And if I really, really want to go to the casino, what I'll do is I'll just take whatever's in my wallet and like put it in the bank. Like, so if I have $100, it goes in the bank, or if I have $20, it goes in the bank.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to throw it. Like, I'm going to do something good with this money. But so that's one of my little vices that I have used in the past for stress relief. And now I'm like, no, but yeah, 10 minutes away from me. Talk about, but previous to that, the closest one was an hour and a half.
We have a lot here now too that have just kind
Yeah.
of shown up. So I was excited about the first time I got to go. We were like, woohoo. And then I was like, I'm not winning these things.
Right.
I only made $1.
Right.
F this place.
Right. Yeah, no. Where's my book? I'm gonna go sit by the, whatever
I was
statue.
just like, how is losing money fun? And everybody's like, okay, Julie. It's supposed to be fun.
Then you hear the people screaming on the other side, and you're like, well, it's you know what, we're human, just like everybody else. We're all trying to figure it out. That's really what it is. We're all trying to figure it out. We're with you in this.
That's
quest.
right.
We're with you.
Absolutely. That's kind of why we're doing this.
Right. Because we want you to know that we know that holidays are stressful because we deal with our own stress during the holidays.
That's right.
So we're here to tell you it's going to be fine. You're going to make it through like you do every year.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, if you're feeling stressed out, you could email us your stressors
Right.
and say, don't read these on air. I just needed to give this out to the world.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So high priestess hype club at gmail.com.
Yep. And we'll put it in the show notes. So it's all spelled correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can email us if you have questions. I'm so used to writing work emails. I'm like, if you have questions, if you have concerns,
yes, please feel free to reach out to me.
Right. Yeah. Best regards. But
cheers. Yes.
Yeah. But no, or if you have like questions about something, we would love to like answer questions. Any topics you want to hear about. We're here to like hype everybody up.
Yeah.
High Priestess Hype Club.
That's right. That's right. We're here for you. Even if you feel like we're not, or someone isn't there for you, you feel alone. Don't worry. We're here for you.
That's right.
It's true.
We've got you.
We've got you. All right, Jules. Well, I guess we'll see everybody next time.
Have a great week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Fire sign energy.
Right. So
I end up having a sound bite that like plays whenever this kind of thing happens.
Fire sign energy.
Sign energy.